Okay, well, the running joke is always that we wait to tell you anything, but I think that pisses off Tim quite a bit. So we're going to talk about Mortal Kombat today.
It doesn't piss me off. I just think it's...
Join Pikachu Ash in the game. The Mandalorian is great in the new series, and let's check out what's new in the world of pop culture with your hosts John, Tim, and Quentin, and a podcast we call Rewind
and Reload.
Alright, so the new Mortal Kombat came out, and you guys haven't watched it yet, right?
No.
I have not.
Okay. Well, so today, instead of going over the movie like we were going to, we're just going to go over the whole franchise a little bit. So, I don't know if you guys want to talk about our weeks first. How was your week, Tim?
Resident Evil 8 came out. That was fun. I mean, that's really all I did this week is play video games again. So that was an interesting experience. And, I don't really have much else to say about my weekend.
Did you download the porn mod yet for Resident Evil?
I have it on PS5, so that's not a possibility for me.
Unfortunate.
It is.
I loved all the news articles that came out like the day before.
It's for like the vampire
Yes.
mom. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The character that's only in a fourth of the game, yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a very standard Resident Evil game in a lot of ways. So it's like there are 4 big bosses, and she's the first of all the 4.
Oh, okay,
So she's not
okay.
even the main boss?
No,
Oh.
No.
Figured they at least make her the main boss. Everyone was freaking out about her.
No, they just saw how much everybody was freaking out about her, so they're like, "All right, we're just gonna make her seem like she's a really big part of the game."
They just moved her around, actually.
kinda, yeah. They just made her a huge part of the trailers. And we're like, yeah, you like big titty goth mom GF? Play the game, and then it's like she's only in 2 out of the 8 hours of the game,
Yeah, that's...
which is
Is it-
fine.
Is it
That's
at
what I
least the
expected.
first quarter?
Yeah, it's the first quarter.
Okay, so at least like you get her right out of the
You're
gate,
front
you know?
loaded just like she is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like the perfect phrase right there for the game.
I mean, the game's not front loaded. It's got cool stuff all throughout it. It's just like for people who are expecting nothing but that character, they're gonna be upset. I feel. I hope that they at least knew what they were getting into.
I don't know. Everything I saw was all about her, so I feel like there's a lot of disappointed people out there.
There's a lot of disappointed Coomers out there.
Oh, fuck. Well, Quentin, how was your week?
It's been pretty good. I finally finished the semester, so I've just been really playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Honestly, I've been playing in like some like webcam tournaments. I didn't do great last week, but then the week before that I got top 8, so it's okay. But yeah, last week I just kind of flopped. It's fine though. It happens.
Did you like change up your deck or something, or did you just no good draws?
It's I don't know. I'm like in the process of like perfecting things, and then I just played against like a bunch of shit that I had like no idea what to do against. So I was just like, nothing you could really do there.
You're telling me you're not playing $1,000 fucking what's it called? Zombie Necro Lich or whatever that fucking card's called.
What the fuck?
Are you talking about like the Eldritch cards?
Yeah, the Zombie Eldritch rogue deck that I've been seeing stuff about.
No. I play
Okay.
a deck that people hate just as much, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says, like, because I play prank kids, and they're like, it takes 20 minutes for you to do your turn. I'm just like, hey, man, it's how the game is nowadays.
Yeah, I've been in those discords. It's funny.
It is what it is. Yeah, no, other than that, I've just been chilling. I don't have school, so I'm like just trying to enjoy myself, I guess. I don't know.
It's not a bad way to live. I remember you brought up Yu-Gi-Oh! I just remember the one time that you made me a whole functional deck off of a Wing Karibo card.
Yeah, that was probably one of my stupidest creations ever, but I mean, like, it worked
did.
at the time. It was, I think it was like, what, 2010, so
Yeah.
things were a lot different back then.
It was still weirdly good for that. I was like, I don't know. But yeah, I played like, what was it, Duel Links or whatever?
No, Dueling Book.
Dueling Book, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun for the, like, I don't know, little bit that I played the deck, and then I was like, I'm
Wouldn't it
done.
have been Dueling Network back then?
That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
you're
Yeah,
right.
that's what it was.
Back before they got sued by some company that isn't Konami, but is like a parent company or some weird shit like that.
Yeah, I just remember that lawsuit happening, and then like there was just an exact clone of that website still up, so whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much weird legal stuff there. I'm just like, hey, whatever, do your thing. Make me able to play games online for free. Hell
That's
yeah.
the dream.
Yes. What about your week, John? What did you do?
It wasn't too bad, but I don't know. It was just kind of like this season's like our busy season, like me and Carly's busy season with like gardens, flowers, all that stuff, like all the outdoor yard work stuff. So we've really been just focusing on that. I'm building a bunch of garden beds.
Standing in the tree with a chainsaw. Yeah.
Oh, did you see that?
I did see that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not OSHA approved.
Do you like that I was wearing my my fire department shirt too?
Yeah.
I was like, maybe.
That was
I told Carly, I was like, maybe that shouldn't have been posted. But it was good. I mean, I was fine. I had one limb to cut down, but yeah, no, it's just been insane. And it sucks because like all of our stuff is getting close to being ready, but with all the recent frosts, we haven't been able to like really plant anything because it's just gonna die. Like there's a couple of Carly's plants that already got like frostbitten and they're like dying.
Yeah, bro, I'm tired of waking up and going to work at like 6 in the morning and it's like cold as shit outside.
Yeah.
Why does that have to be a thing?
I don't know. It's ridiculous. I'm supposedly next week is supposed to be in like the 60s and 70s, so hopefully.
Well, if it's not, I'm going to blame you.
Please.
Because you told me.
I'm not a weatherman.
You are now.
I might actually get things
weatherman.
right. Meteorologist, whatever.
I mean, it's the same thing. It's just like they're literally just feeding data into like predictive algorithms and hoping that it's right. So
I mean, it's really never right.
welcome to data, big data algorithms. They're never right
Oh, shit.
unless you're feeding it like millions upon billions of sample cases. But you know, I don't think they are. We only have so many days to work with.
Yeah, well, hopefully the weather gets better. But besides that, I haven't really been doing too much. I decided the busiest time of year would be a great idea to take an EMR course. So I've been doing that 3 days a week. So I've had not a lot of time to do anything that I want to do.
Electronic music radio.
No, emergency medical responder.
Oh,
It's like the
yeah, I should probably know
it's
that.
like the one under EMT.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And through this class, I have learned that I do not want to be an EMT. Mostly because I don't want to take another class.
Oh, I thought you just didn't want to deal with trauma wounds.
Nope, doesn't bother me at all. Just don't want to take another class.
Fair enough.
But yeah, if you guys don't have anything else to add, I mean, we can do a real quick break.
I think I do.
Unless you have any news, because I don't really have any news this week. Because like I said, I haven't had a lot of time to do anything. I've barely been on social media.
The only news I have is Dogecoin hit 35 cents today and immediately shot back up. And yes, I did buy it when it hit 35 cents.
Really?
Do you think that was because or not because of Saturday Night Live?
I think it definitely wasn't, because like if you I actually found like this graph online that showed like the in real time Elon on SNL talking about Doge, and then like it just dropping
Yeah.
like throughout the night, like every time he had a different segment where he like mentioned it.
It's so fucking
It was
bad.
making it drop bad.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was bad. But yeah, like I said, it hit 35 cents today, and it's already back up to
44.
Yeah. So like, fuck it.
Okay, meme coins.
Meme coins. Fuck a retirement plan.
Yeah, don't worry. The boomers who don't want to pay taxes will take care of that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I'm kind of sad that I didn't buy in any more than I didn't realize that it dipped that much today. It went back up.
Oh
so.
yeah, dude. It fucking yeah. It was pretty nuts.
I've made like $130 off of it, off of a $13 investment.
I mean, that's not bad.
It was
take
it was
those.
great. Like I was buying it at like point something of a penny, and it just shot up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take $100 out, leave what I have in. I think I have like $50 left in there.
I still have 1,500 coins on a wallet that I can't access. So I mean, hey,
Oof.
could be worse, right?
Hey, at one point, Ben Morton was giving me Bitcoin for cigarettes, and I can't find anything for that wallet.
Oh yeah, you'd be set.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of going down right now, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but
like,
you also
compared to what it was,
you also look at like him giving me a couple dollars at a time, because he would give me the same amount of money, like US dollars. Like he would do the math and send it to me, and I'd do the math, and it worked out. So like I would buy him like $5 cigarettes, and he'd give me $5 worth of Bitcoin. And I like looked at the calculator. I'm like, oh fuck, I'd have like a couple grand right now. But
it's the way she goes.
oh well, I should have kept better track of it. I thought I was gonna die, just like everything Ben ever invested in.
Nope.
Oh fuck. Well, I guess we'll take a break real quick, and then we'll just dive on in. Dive on in. All right. So like I said before, today's topic is Mortal Kombat. Obviously the new movie came out. It's doing fairly well. It's not doing amazing. I didn't think it would do amazing.
It's a video game movie, so what else do you expect?
It's also only on HBO.
It came out in theaters too.
I don't think it. Okay, well,
But I mean, it's
all
coming
these,
out.
all of these movies that are like.
Theaters
Sorry,
aren't-
go on.
No, you go ahead.
I was just all of these movies that are like trying to push for theater releases like almost too soon still. And it's
Like
like I don't want to
Spiral.
go to a fucking theater. I don't want to go to a theater at all, basically.
I'm glad that
I didn't like going before the pandemic when it was like a big movie where it was gonna be full of people. I always found that shit annoying as hell. I don't want to do it now.
Yeah. I liked that they gave and kind of pushed the option to do it at home and watch HBO on HBO, which I think that kind of killed their box office, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, it's being well received by the Mortal Kombat community. A lot of people like it. They like the
Fair.
games. But yeah. So anyways, I want to kind of hit some of the big franchise things. Obviously, Mortal Kombat was originally an arcade game. And it was actually developed in a reaction to the popular Street Fighter II game by Capcom. Did you know that? Probably.
Yes.
Did not.
Yeah, I did, but
You can kind of like
that's because I'm a
I read it, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
I know stupid amounts of information about like the old like arcade industry for no reason.
Well, the game originally was thought of in 1989, but unfortunately they did not get it put into arcades until 1992, still before any of us were born. The game at the time was thought very controversial, which to certain aspects, I guess it still could be. But it was mostly due to the graphic violence. And if you just watch any of the old arcades, like, I don't understand how people got graphic violence out of this. I mean, it was pixels.
The same way they did it out of Doom.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That was a big upset, too.
Well, that was because of those two goofballs.
Two goofballs.
Two shitheads at Columbine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. But back then, apparently, it was thought as like a very violent and realistic game. Still don't really understand that after rewatching it now. Like the amount of realistic gameplay that we have now. I mean, you could do way worse stuff in like Red Dead. Like, and it looks way more real. So I don't know. But anyways, luckily for this game, it actually kind of helped like throw it into this huge kind of widespread historic game franchise that we know now. Obviously, they have not toned down any of the gore or anything like that. The first couple arcade games they did come out with all the controversy, they did have to change the blood into like a black goop spray kind of thing. But there are still arcade consoles out there that you can find that have the original one, and obviously they brought it back in the newest versions.
I think in the SNES version, I can't find anything online to confirm this, but I think in the SNES version they either completely removed it or made it green. I don't remember which.
I don't remember.
But I remember there was like a very few, like, it was either a hack or there were like a super small amount of cartridges that still had like blood, like red blood on them.
I know there was one game that they didn't have, like they had the goop, and you could, if you beat the game, and I think if you had, there was a way to get it where it would be, where you could have blood. But you had to like win so many times at a certain arena or something like that. Which, I mean,
that sounds right.
This game's full of like stupid Easter eggs and hidden shit that if you do something, like a lot of the time, if you get like flawless victories so many times in an arena, something special happens. Like Reptile, and is it 2 that if you have a couple flawless victories and a certain moon goes across the screen, you can fight him?
There's some weird shit like that. I know the toasty thing is one of them.
Yeah.
I don't remember how that gets triggered, but
Man,
I think that's literally just random.
I think you're right.
Is it?
I don't.
Yeah, like just.
I'm like on the wiki
100%
page
random.
and I can't find anything to say like.
Yeah, I know the Reptile thing. You had to do something goofy at one of the arenas, but like you had to also kind of be lucky because of like a certain figure had to go across the back of the screen during your battles. So
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds like something they would do.
Anyways, kind of to get back on track, Mortal Kombat spawned 6 arcade games. Eventually it did go to console though. Now you can just find it pretty much anywhere with either selling on computers, consoles, or using emulators. You can find it somewhere. I believe when I counted, there was 22 different games throughout the franchise.
Did you count Puzzle Combat?
I forgot about that one.
I thought that Puzzle Combat was just a side game in a game. Or is that its own game?
I think there's like a standalone version of it, but I could be wrong.
Let's see if I counted it. I have it up on my phone. I was gonna run through them and see what ones you guys remember. So I got 23 of them, but I don't see that one.
Yeah, according to the wiki, it's a special minigame introduced in Mortal Kombat Deception in return for Ultimate Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't a full game. Never mind.
Yeah, so the games in the series, they have 20 different fighting games that they're fighting games. All of them are. But we got Mortal Kombat 2, 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat, MK Advanced, MK Trilogy, 4, Gold, Deadly Alliance, Tournament Edition, Deception, Unchained, Armageddon, MK vs. the DC Universe, MK Arcade Collection. One thing about the DC Universe one, play as Batman and just kick the whole time. No one can ever block it.
Kick.
Dude, he kicks up and then down. So, like, you have to time your blocks, like, up and down. Otherwise, he will get you.
Got that high-low mix
Yeah, it's fucked. He's like an OP character. You got Arcade Collection, 2011, 10 or X, the mobile game, and then the new one, 11.
There's a mobile game?
Yeah, there's a mobile one now. I think it came out in between 10 and 11.
What is it? What is it?
It's just Mortal Kombat on your phone.
It's dumb.
With microtransactions.
Yeah.
It's dumb. Stupid.
Non-fighting games, you have MK Mythology Sub-Zero, which was supposed to be the start of a mythology series that they were going to do with all the popular characters, and it didn't really take off. The only ones that they got kind of was Special Forces, which was Jax and Kano, and then Shaolin Monks, which was Liu Kang and Kung Lao.
If they weren't fighting games, what were they?
They were considered action games.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like character action games, like in the vein of like TMC or something like that.
Yeah.
So like the
Bad.
RPG mode from Deception, but
Yeah, kind of actually.
a full game.
Yeah. Which, like, the Sub-Zero
Gotcha.
one, I mean, did give a lot of the backstory of, you know, him. Because it was mostly everything. It was him before Mortal Kombat. So it kind of gave us that backstory of him and Scorpion and all that. Same with Special Forces with Jax. It gave more of an understanding why Jax and Sonya Blade don't like Kano very much.
It's because he's Australian.
Actually, fun fact, Kano originally was not Australian. Do you know why they made him Australian?
Because of the movie. You told me this last week.
Oh, did I do it on here? Or did I just tell you that?
I don't remember. But
I hope I didn't do it on here. Everyone's gonna be like, fucking idiot. Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
No one cares.
No one listens to me when I'm on here anyways. Yeah, no, the first movie came out and they liked it so much that it became a running thing for Kano to be Australian. Originally he was just a white guy, like Johnny Cage. So, and speaking of Johnny Cage, I'm going to get to him in a minute. But the idea for the game came from John Tobias and Ed Boon after they actually had a failed attempt at a game based around Jean-Claude Van Damme.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they wanted to pretty much do a fighting game based all around him as a main character.
Were they trying to make a movie based off that movie, or they were trying to make a game based off that movie Bloodsport?
I mean, Bloodsport would have been popular around that time, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. When did Bloodsport come out? It had to have been the late 80s.
Let me see. That sounds right. Blood Sport. 1988.
But
I can't find. Oh, go on.
So obviously, like with that failed attempt, they still made a fighting game, but they made Mortal Kombat instead, and you can kind of really see the homage that they set up for Jean-Claude Van Damme, because they pretty much based Johnny Cage completely around him. So like
True.
so like a lot of the stuff that like Johnny Cage does, like I mean, like the crotch punch and the gymnastics stuff, like you can see.
Same first name.
One's Jean and one's Johnny. I mean,
It's close enough. It's close enough. They rhyme.
They just both end in ends.
And start with J.
Okay. Have very different.
And have 4
Same way
letters.
Okay.
Do you know how to spell Jean? Without looking it up.
Jean.
Okay. I was going to say without looking it up.
I'm a foreign name expert, baby.
Are you?
Never forget it.
I feel like
Yeah, Quentin knows the top 10 baby names in every country of the world.
Ask me. Test me right now.
Turkey.
I got you.
Top 10 in Turkey.
Gibraltar. Ornstein. Smog. General Grievous.
Okay, yeah.
Constantinople.
I've heard of that.
Abu Dhabi. And
How many did you? I don't even know what you named. But Abu
That's a
Dhabi
spicy
might be. I might need to censor that one. Jesus Christ. How many have you named? I don't even know.
those are the only ones I know. Those are the only ones I know off the top of my head.
Okay.
I'd have to look up the rest.
Okay.
Sorry. I thought I knew them.
Gibraltar. Somebody, I guarantee, though, is probably named General Grievous somewhere in this world.
And they're probably cool as fuck.
I mean, with that name, you have to be, right? You have to at least have a sense of humor.
Or you hate everything and everyone.
It's like kids named Khaleesi.
I don't know any Khaleesi's, but I don't want to.
Oh, you'll know them in about 10 years.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say you will.
I just want to name. If I have a kid, I just want to name it something so stupid. But then also,
General Grievous.
Chernobyl Core 4.
I'm gonna be like Peter.
Elephant's Foot.
We're gonna be like Peter Griffin on Family Guy when like you find out that Meg's actual name is not Megan, it's Megatron. I'm gonna do
yeah.
that. I'm just gonna like
Megalodon.
Megalodon.
Yeah, there you go. If you have a girl, name it Meg, short for Megalodon.
It's based off my favorite movie starring Jason Statham.
Meg. The Meg. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's actually not. It's probably like one of the Cranks.
The Crank movies are really good. I like them.
They have no business being as like. I think they're just self-aware enough to be like, oh, it's just a cheesy, dumb action movie
With a lot of like nudity and gore.
Well, yeah, that's why I liked it when I was 14.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, at one point he's just fucking a chick to get his heart pumping again.
Yes, that's
It's
right.
like, yes,
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Spike TV is the best TV. Anyways, back on topic. Obviously, Mortal Kombat at this point, I mean, it's been around since '92. It has become one of the highest grossing franchises of all time. Unfortunately, I cannot find the number for the franchise as a whole. I think there's just too much. Maybe Tim can find it because he's good at it.
I could try. Sorry, I had to mute myself to yawn.
Okay, I didn't know. I started looking at your camera. I thought you hurt yourself. Like you
No, I
stubbed
was
your toe.
trying to yawn, and then I had to sit up.
I did find the numbers though for the movies. So the original MK movie, which was in 95, same year me and Tim were born. Q, you were 96, right?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, little baby. So
What a child.
the budget for that movie was $18 million, which is probably mostly due to Goro.
Okay, whatever you say.
Oh,
They put a lot of money into that.
it was
okay, you can tell by the quality of Goro.
it was a lot of robotics and skin molding, man.
That was practical effects.
In the original one, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All I remember is the second one where everything is shitty CG.
I mean, there was a lot of shitty CG in the first one too. It was just Goro was the only thing that was practical effects. Reptile was fake, and
so I'm seeing $45 million in sales for the franchise. I don't know if that's the same number you had earlier or not.
I don't have a number, so
Which I feel like isn't a ton.
that's really low. Because
when your competitors are things like the Mario franchise,
yeah,
Call of Duty.
I mean, if you're just talking the games, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's specifically the games. I don't even think it comes in the top 10 for. But it's like a lot of money.
I mean, and you have to think like, I guess like the first.
Also, this is from a fucking fan wiki site, so this might not even be the real information. Let me try and find something.
I mean,
else.
I could see it because of like the first 6 being arcade games, and arcade games, there's not a lot of payback on those.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
like almost like a quarter of the
Yeah.
franchise was almost just barely making money.
yeah, I'm seeing 50. I'm on the Wikipedia page for list of best-selling video game franchises, and I'm seeing 54 million again. So I guess that's the right number.
Okay. Well, the movies did a lot better than that. The first one made 18 million. US, it eventually grossed 73 million, but a lot of people weren't a real big fan of it at first. I think it was still relatively like new. I mean, it came out the game came out in 92. And I think only 1 and 2 were out by the time they made the first movie. So
really, your audience here is like teens who go to arcades.
yeah. So eventually it did pretty well. Worldwide it ended up making 123 million. Annihilation, not so great. The budget was
Yeah, I was gonna say.
it was about double the budget for this one. It was a $30 million budget. US only made 35 million. Worldwide, including US, was 51 million. So it didn't.
So they didn't even double their profit
No.
or double their budget.
Yeah. So, and then finally, the
Ooh.
newest one, which this kind of hurts. The budget was 55 million, which is still like kind of a lower budget for some of the effects and stuff that were in the movie. I was kind of impressed with the budget compared to the end result. But the US payback so far has been 37.8 million, and worldwide has been 72.5 million. So at least they made their money back.
It's no. What's the most profitable? It's not Avatar anymore, is it? That got beaten.
No, Avatar's the most profitable again. Because James Cameron released it a month or two ago again in theaters. So now it beat Endgame again.
Why the fuck are people watching Avatar again?
He let it out for like a weekend in theaters and a bunch of people went. Like,
Dude, he just like specifically was like, I lost the record. It's time to open the theaters back
my
up.
thing was like, dude, you're like the biggest sore loser ever. Like, you can't be happy for another, like, I guess 2 directors that they beat you. Just make a
No,
good
James
movie.
Cameron's legitimate. James Cameron's an asshole, and I everything I hear about him as like a person, not as I guess
As a director, I've
I
heard
don't know,
he's
he just
really
seems
hard
very
to work with.
he just seems very obsessed with making money, and it kind of pisses me off.
Like, Avatar's not even
Like,
that
just make
good.
a movie for the sake of making a movie. What are you talking about, dude? Blue people good.
Shut up.
Blue people have hair
The
sex.
only thing in that movie that I like is Sigourney Weaver. And it's
I thought you were gonna
because...
say unobtainium.
No. It's Sigourney Weaver because I have a mild crush on her.
I guess that works.
I just think of her in Alien, where you see a little bit of her butt crack when she goes to grab something. Look at just
You were gonna talk about the end of Alien.
just Google Sigourney Weaver and Alien, and it'll pop up in images.
It's like a frame of a butt crack, and 14-year-old John went fucking nuts.
And then I threw up actually when the cyborg started like oozing out white goop and throwing it up.
Is that true?
Yeah, 100%. It was
Gross.
at like one of my birthday parties. I had a bunch of people over and we had like spaghetti. And for some reason, I saw that and I was eating the spaghetti. And for some reason, my brain was telling me that whatever the fuck he was spitting out, I had in my mouth.
With spaghetti.
And I was like, this is
Nice.
fucked up. And I went very calmly, put my plate in the kitchen, walked to the bathroom, threw up, and then I walked back out and I was perfectly okay. It's a true story. I believe you were there, Tim.
I probably was. I don't remember. It definitely reminds me of your bachelor party where I calmly walked into a field, threw up, and came back like nothing had happened.
That did happen.
That was probably after I left.
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just
I started
imagine that.
I started like getting close to blacking out, so I was like, I gotta drink water. That was not a good choice.
Well, you fucking came with a bottle of UV blue.
Yeah, I drank the entire bottle
Except
of UV
for like
blue. Okay, we know.
like 3 or 4 swigs I took out of it, and the rest of the bottle you did by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Anyways, I don't know if you guys have any fun facts or anything you want to talk regarding Mortal Kombat as a franchise. I thought maybe we could go into some of our favorite parts about the game and the franchise itself. So if you guys don't have any,
I can tell you that I'm. Oh no,
I was
go on,
just gonna
sorry.
say if you don't have anything to add, we could do that. But it sounds like you might have something to add.
I was just gonna say I can tell you I'm not very good at these games. Cause MK10 was free for like when they released the PS5, they released a whole bunch of like popular PS4 games for
Yeah.
free, and Mortal Kombat 10 was one of those. And I downloaded it and I was like, I suck at this game, so I just uninstalled it again.
I was ranked really high in 10 for a long while with Scorpion. But I can't find the fucking game now. I know I own it. I just can't find it. It's in a box somewhere. I tried to find it after I watched the movie. Same night.
See, that's why I was like, cause I was like, oh yeah, I kind of like, I remember like kind of getting it, like, oh, I want to play this game again. Then I'll watch the movie, and I was like, oh. I tried to play the story mode. I didn't know how to block for the first like 5 fights. I was like, I'm not good at this. So,
You skipped the tutorial, didn't you?
well, I went back and did it after I fucking couldn't play the game.
Oh fuck. Well, we can kind of lead that into I want to ask you guys what your favorite game in the franchise is. So, Quentin, you already told me before we started, but what is your favorite one?
Yeah, dude, I got Deception. I got my Sub-Zero metal card thing on my desk right now that you got from the PS2 version, I think.
Yes.
I don't know. I really liked that as a kid. I really liked the whole like RPG side like mode, whatever you want to call it. And then I also I think that was the one where like Liu Kang died.
Yeah.
So like as a kid, I was like, "Yo, this shit is hype."
Deception.
And
Deception.
I don't think I played really any since then. So that's where
I did find that Deception was one of the only two that the heroes we found out did not win, like canon wise. Like throughout the entire franchise, there's only like 2 times that you find, because so they did this weird thing, and they still do this, that whoever you play as, like throughout the story, there's a different ending for every character.
Yeah.
So there's only a set number of ones that are actually canon, and most of the time the heroes win, but Deception and Armageddon are the only 2 ones that came out that showed that the previous game the heroes actually lost. So
I think I actually played Armageddon as well. So maybe just as a kid, I just thought like the evil guys were just like super powerful and impossible to be beat. So I was like, why do I keep playing this if I can't beat them?
because it's impossible. But Tim, what's your favorite one in the franchise?
Whichever one has those like really, I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember if it's like 4. It might be 4. That has like these really bad like CG, like story cutscenes. And they're just like, there's like one in particular where it's like Kano drops Sonya off a cliff or something. And it's just really bad and goofy. Like the writing is terrible.
We'll have to find which one that is, because I don't remember that.
I honestly might be having a fever dream, but I don't. I know it exists. It might have even been a different game, but I might just be like imprinting other characters onto it. But I guess my real favorite is I don't know. Whichever one, like, I guess Deception was pretty cool. I remember playing that a lot when we were kids, and John had it for the PS2, but I that's really all I can remember.
My favorite was MK 2011. It was mostly because it was kind of a reboot, like not a reboot, but a refresh of everything that happened in 1 through 3. So you didn't really have to, like, you had updated graphics, and you didn't have to go back and play the other ones. Like, you kind of got the whole story from 3 games in one. So it's mostly that's the reason why. I mean, it's not one of the strongest games, like story-wise. Like, none of them are really that strong, but like it's mostly just because it was updated graphics for like the old storylines.
See, that stuff's cool, like, 'cause especially considering how bad 3 played. So,
Yeah.
because I own 3 for the PS1, and it plays like absolute doo-doo dog shit.
The first couple, like the ones that were arcade/console, played like garbage. Like completely
Yeah, that's fair.
garbage.
They were just like arcade cabinets ported onto a controller, which doesn't control well at all.
No.
So
You have more buttons on the controller than there is an arcade machine.
well, that and when you're designing like moves that like flick the joystick back and forth really quick, you can't do that on a D-pad.
No. You have to like rewrite it, and they didn't. It's just
Yeah. No.
really fast movements. Next up, I want to ask what your guys' favorite character is. I feel like this should be an easier one than the game question.
I've always been basic, and I just liked Scorpion. I don't have any real reasoning for it. I just thought he was cool. I mean, like the Scorpion and Sub-Zero backstories are cool.
Yeah.
Too. I guess that helps a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. As a kid, I was just like, yo, he's got a skull for a face. He breathes fire. What else do you need?
That's about it. I do like Scorpion a lot, and mostly because you talk to somebody that hasn't really played the games, they think that Scorpion's like a bad guy, but then you learn the mythos and backstory of him and realize that he's not really the bad guy.
He's like an anti-hero.
He's definitely an anti-hero. And then everyone thinks that Sub-Zero's a good guy, and it's like, no. He's the bad guy. If you have a good guy and bad guy in the game, Scorpion's the good guy and Sub-Zero's the bad guy. But Tim, what's your favorite character?
Bo Raicho.
Stop.
For
He's actually pretty sick.
For reasons that should be obvious to anyone, because he looks exactly like me, but Asian.
And also severely alcoholic.
Yeah, that's what I said. Just like me.
Just like me. I don't think you're throwing up on the battlefield.
No, just
Not
just
yet.
just
Not
just
yet.
on farm ground right now.
Just on farm ground. Maybe the farm ground is the battlefield.
That night it definitely could have been. Oh fuck. I don't my favorite character. I always liked Jax a lot, so I was really excited to see Makad Brooks as Jax, which definitely was one of the best parts of the new movie. It was definitely like the strongest acting in the movie for sure. But I always liked him. I think cyborg arms are just dope as shit.
I saw a clip from the scene where Jax like gets his arms ripped off in the movie, and that shit's like so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just like, "Gah!" And then he just like falls down the hole without any
It's
arms.
bad.
It's pretty insane.
And he's
would you call that a spoiler? Not really, because I feel like if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, you know that Jax does not have arms.
Carly.
Dude, it's definitely a spoiler when you tell me that Scorpion will at some point say, "Get over here."
Stop.
How could you, dude? Why would you say that?
When
Wow, now
Now
all the
I
Mortal
have
Kombat heads are going to be pissed.
Now I have no reason to watch the movie. Thanks a lot, Tim.
when me and Carly were watching it, because I kind of conned her into watching it. I was like, hey, like, come on, you know how much I love it. Like, let's just do it. She was actually pretty into it. But for like the first part of it, I was like, yeah, Makad Brooks. I like his acting, so I was like, oh, I'm so excited for him to be Jax. I was like, from what I could tell, he's like a pretty big part. And then that scene happened that you just were talking about, where his arms get pretty much blown away, and he falls down the pit. And Carly goes, "Is he still a big part of this movie?" She goes, "I think he's dead." I was like, I just didn't say anything because I was like, you'll find out. Like we'll get there. But
Oh, it's his real arms that get
yeah, no, it's his real arms. Yeah.
Okay, I thought they ripped off his cyborg
Nope.
arms and then he just died, and I was like, okay.
No. But yeah, so him and Scorpion have always been kind of like my go-to fighters. I've always liked fighting with them a lot, but like there is definitely a special place in my heart for Johnny Cage's crotch punch. Like I just love playing as Johnny Cage with somebody that doesn't really know how to play and just crotch punch him the whole time.
Punch him in the nuts.
It's just one of my favorites, and they had a little Easter egg in the movie for Johnny Cage in a later movie, and I have to see it. But
It's just an autograph slightly out of frame.
it was a movie poster, but
Oh, okay.
it was close. It was close. You almost had it. All right, favorite arena. This might be a little harder.
I don't know, Haunted Woods.
Ooh, that's a good one. Mine's the pit.
The one where is that the one where you do the uppercut and the person falls on the spikes?
Yeah. It's like one of the.
Then that's my favorite.
It's one of the more widely known ones. They actually had it in the movie, which is pretty dope.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? That's kind
The
of
upper
cool.
part of it, yeah.
Oh, Oh, nobody got fucking uppercut off it. That's kind of
No.
a wasted opportunity,
Yeah.
if you ask me. Come on.
Not that I remember. No, but the bridge over top of it was there. Okay, and then just like most memorable part of the MK franchise, just something that you, when you think of Mortal Kombat, you think back to, whether it was a fight,
Kart racing.
heart racing,
Yeah, kart racing.
cart.
Yeah, that mini. It's a mini game in one of the newer ones. I think they put in like a dumb, like kart racing mini game.
I did not know that.
Motor Combat.
Motor Combat. Okay.
It was a mini game in Armageddon. That's not my real answer though. That's a fucking stupid thing that they put in. Most
Oh my
memorable
God.
moment? I don't
I
know.
don't remember this.
Like bad reptile reveal.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give my most memorable, and maybe it'll help you.
Okay.
My most memorable thing of Mortal Kombat ever was the first time I ever played it. The first time I
Oh, okay. That's what we're
so the
talking
first
about.
time I ever played it, that I always think back
Oh,
to
I know mine.
was, remember when we used to go camping at Broken Arrow, like Grandma and Grandpa
Yeah.
used to? At their arcade, they had Mortal Kombat 2. And that was the first time I ever played Mortal Kombat, and I was hooked instantly. It was just something like hooked on video games, honestly, from that point on. It was just something that I was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." It was gory. It was everything I want in a video game. Gory, action, surprisingly hard compared to other video games that I had been playing at the time. And just like kind of, I don't know, it was already it was pretty outdated by the time I got to it. So it was just like a piece of, I don't know, nostalgia that I never had. So that's my most memorable.
So I know what mine is. This is fun. All right, this is fun, and I don't know if John will remember this. But in Mortal Kombat Deception, one of the first side quests you get is to beat up a guy peeking inside of windows. And me and John, being the horny, like, 10-year-olds we were like, what if we can see in the windows? So we tried to find a way in this game to do
Did
that,
you?
and it didn't work. No, it
It
doesn't
didn't
work,
work.
obviously.
I do remember.
But we tried our damned hardest.
Oh my God, that was like a blast.
Unlocked
Yeah,
memory.
it was. It was like something that I just did not retain.
It's just like when you were this might, like, you had like a very real one, and like clicked into my brain. I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
Most of my video game memories, honestly, are with one of you. Like a lot of Skyrim stuff I remember with Quentin, and like a lot of like DBZ and fighting game stuff I remember with Tim.
That sounds right.
But Quentin, what's your memorable moment, if you have
I
any?
guess probably just like growing up, like my dad always like really hyped up just like the series in general, and always like talked about like how great it was. I didn't realize it only came out like 4 years before I was born. He always made it sound like he'd been playing it for like so long, since before I was born. So like, I don't know, that's just funny to me. But
you gotta go tell him.
Probably just, yeah, I don't know. I guess probably just that, and then like I want to say the first time I ever played it, I was at like I think it's called Stardust Bowl, which is like a bowling alley.
It's
in,
a
like, Dyer.
and I thought it was Hobart, isn't it technically? Or Cherville?
No, there's one in Dyer.
Oh, okay. I know there's like a Stardust
Yeah,
in
it's like real close to my grandparents.
Apparently, there's one in just outside of Maryville.
yeah, that's the one that my dad used to go to.
Oh,
Then there's
gotcha,
one in
gotcha.
Dyer.
Okay.
So,
But yeah, there was I don't remember which Mortal Kombat, but there was an arcade machine there, so I like finally got to play it, and I was like, hell yeah, dude, this is pretty cool. And then yeah, I guess just that really.
When I was over at Nice Horse, I worked with a guy who for like he refurbished old arcade games and like sold them and rented them out and shit. I was like, dude,
cool.
if you find a Mortal Kombat one, I'm like, I will buy it off of you. I'm like, I don't even want it redone. I want it exactly the way it is. Because he was like, oh, I could put all the games on it. I'm like, I don't want all the games. I want the one that is in there, and that's it. That's all I want.
John, you realize just like literally over the course of like a day, me and you could just build an arcade cabinet with all of the
That's
Mortal
true.
Kombat games.
I know. But I want just...
It wouldn't be hard. We could do
I mean,
it.
you can go to Galloping Ghost in Brookfield and play. I think they have all of
Really?
them.
I would assume so. It's yeah. I mean, it's
I've never been there.
It's the largest collection of.
literally the biggest arcade in the nation.
Yes,
We should go sometime.
I'd
be down.
Times.
I've been
I'd
there a
love to go
couple
again, though.
times. All right, here's the secret. Everybody listening, you go to Brookfield, Illinois, you go to Galloping Ghost, you go 2 blocks down the road, you go to Taco Stop. I forget what day of the week it is, but they have this burrito special, and the burritos are like a couple bucks, and they are like bigger than like a Chipotle burrito, and like half the price. That's that good shit.
Last time I went was right before the pandemic started last year, and it was on a Sunday, so they were closed.
Wait, the taco place
It's
or
either
the
Sunday or
that's
Saturday.
really
the
sad.
arcade place?
Taco
taco
Stop
place.
is so
Okay.
good, dude. It is like,
I was so
it is
upset.
like this like super tiny little place. Like the people that work there like are so nice. It is like one of my favorite like little like random restaurants that I know of. It is so good. Go to it.
Okay. Well,
Most of the menus are in Spanish, so you kind of have to guess as to what you're getting, but that
I
makes
just
that makes the experience even more fun, in my opinion.
I just found the Yelp page, and it's like a fucking warm hug.
Yeah, dude. It's such a good
okay.
place.
Once we're all like fully vaccinated and we confirm that Illinois is in a shithole of COVID, we will go together. We need to go.
Hell
together.
yeah.
We will plan a day.
Hell yeah.
I'll
I
drive.
am down.
Well,
I'm even more
Well-
down then because I hate
we'll all
driving.
we'll all jump in the Jetta, just take off.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right.
I'm
well,
down.
with that, setting loose future plans based around a undying pandemic. I think we're about to wrap it up. Unless you guys got any closing comments.
No, not really.
My only closing comment also probably should have went in the memories part. Never forget the one Mortal Kombat game where John was stuck on like what we thought was the last boss, and I finally beat it using Liu Kang, and then it turned out it wasn't the last boss, and he had just been stuck on like the second to last boss for like 2 weeks.
No, it was the same guy.
I just remembered that.
It was
and you had to fight him again afterwards.
It was Shao Kahn, and you had to fight him with Liu Kang, and then you had to fight him with Raiden to finish the game.
But if you lost as Raiden, you had to fight as Liu Kang
yes,
again.
and
I
then
think, wasn't
you had
it?
to watch Liu Kang die again and again and again, and then finally you had to beat him with Raiden, and then finally you beat the game. And I was stuck.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous.
Because I'm terrible with Liu Kang. Like, if I was in like a tournament and they're like, you have to play as Liu Kang, I'd just drop out. I don't care what the admission fee. I don't care what the admission fee was. I'm done. I'm not playing. Any other character, I'm fine with. I cannot play with him. I don't know why. And I could not do it. And yeah, Quentin finally beat him, and then we got to it, and we played as Raiden. And every time you lost, for some reason, there was a weird save point that sent you back. And then I would hand the controller back to Quentin because I knew I couldn't beat him. I think that was
Beautiful memory.
I can't remember if that.
It was probably
I
2011.
can't remember if it was 11 or if it was 10. It's probably 11.
It was one of the two. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'd have to look at it. It was probably 11. I don't see it being 10. Like 2011, not 11. Because now there's 2 and it gets confusing. But
Yeah, only one of them has Spawn in it though.
It's a good way to differentiate
that's
them.
true. And Freddy Krueger, Jason,
And the
Terminator, Michael Myers, I
I
think.
feel like didn't MK 2011 have Freddy Krueger in it? No, that was Kratos.
Kratos, yeah.
The PS2 version had Kratos in it. I remember that.
I have a fun memory of God of War with Mr. Tom Ozonics. I remember
Dude.
he was stuck on a mission, and me and Quentin weren't really allowed to play a God of War. We were just allowed to watch him play it.
Yeah, dude.
Because he was so protective, and then finally he got so fed up that he like tossed the controller to Quentin. He goes, I can't do it. Like, he goes, you try if you think you can do it.
I don't know if it was that he was protective or if he just wanted to play and he just didn't want to give us a turn.
I think, yeah.
I have a feeling I know which one it is.
It's probably bold. But I remember Quentin grabbing the controller, and like it took him like, I think it took you like 2 or 3 tries, and you beat the level, or beat the god that he had to kill. And I was like, oh wow. It was great.
I'm really good at video games only when people are stuck at something.
Yeah.
It unlocks a hidden power within me.
He just has to show everyone up.
I guess.
Oh shit. Well, if you guys want, we can hit our plugs. Quentin, if you want to go first.
You can follow me on Twitter at Gondola Driver. Maybe Twitch at Boxwine69. I might start doing Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I haven't fully decided, but like I may as well, I guess.
Why are you saying it like Takashi?
Like what?
Like Takashi.
What do you mean?
You're like Boxwine69.
Oh God. I have gone by Boxwine69 since before Takashi was
Was a federal informant.
thing. Yes. I laid claim to that number many a years ago. God
Fair enough.
dang it.
You can find me at Letterboxd at Timmy C. I don't think I've written a review since Godzilla, so maybe I don't remember. Also, everything else is pretty much Hot Pink Waffles. At some point, I'll probably plug my Twitch in the future. I'll just go ahead and say it right now. It's TJams, TEAJAMZ. I keep saying I'm gonna stream, and then I keep putting it off. So we'll see. One day I'll do
I'll
it.
start streaming because I just started doing it too.
Maybe if one of us does it, it'll just force the rest of us to.
I've done it twice. I keep saying that I'm gonna do it every week for like one night a week. I'm just gonna do it for a couple hours. And with this fucking stupid ass EMR course, I have had no time to do it. So I'm trying my damnedest to start doing it. I was gonna do it tonight, but we recorded instead. So, oh well.
Actually, same.
You can find me at pretty much JMergs at whatever. I pretty much switched everything over to some kind of variation of that. My Twitch is the same way. I did Outlast, and I kind of already got bored of it because I've played through it so many times, and it's like doing the same stuff over and over again. So instead, I think I might switch up and start doing the Halo franchise. Even though that's also the same thing over and over again, there's at least more games to broaden the same thing over and over again. So yeah, we'll see. But other than that, you can find our podcast at Rewind Reload on Instagram, Twitter, soon to be YouTube. I keep saying that, and I'm still working on it. So we're getting there. Probably beginning of next month. And then that's about it. So Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.